Hey, this is Derek with the Make a Fun Island podcast. I'm here at the Music Tectonics Conference in Santa Monica, California. And I have my friend Dan here, Dan Conley. He's a Microsoft engineer. I was a Microsoft guy for a long time. So, Dan, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks.
so why are you here as a Microsoft engineer
Great question.
at a music conference?
Great question. I'm actually not here as a Microsoft engineer. I'm here as a musician and as someone with a degree in music business. This is my passion project, right? So I'm at Music Tectonics to meet a bunch of folks, to figure out where maybe I can fit in the music tech space.
Yeah.
Using my passion and my decades experience in software.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So what are some of the topics that you think are more exciting for things that you would want to be involved in? I mean, because where there's a lot of, obviously AI is super hot.
For sure.
Right? And for content of all kinds, like what kinds of things are really floating your boat?
Yeah, right now, righteous use of AI, right? Not the
Like
generative
that,
AI.
like the ethical use of it.
Ethical use of AI.
Yeah,
That's a great
yeah.
way to put it, right?
Yeah.
So more, and right now, the hot spot on that is more in the music creation tool set side, right?
Yeah.
Like, BandLab, who's here, has some really cool features that are AI backed.
Yeah.
They'll kind of help music creators and producers.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a big thing around AI.
Yeah.
Here this year's conference seems to have a lot of music creation tools and instruments, right?
Yeah.
So like the Artiphon guys with the Orba and their Corda,
Yeah.
are pretty cool. I actually have a little Orba too at home,
Yeah.
which is awesome to when you're in between Zoom or Teams calls to kind of just bang out and make some noise on.
Right.
So those are kind of the big things right now that I'm looking at. And of course, there's always a collection of folks who are trying to solve the black box problem, right? The classic MLC who's around here somewhere.
Right.
Has this millions of dollars in black box, money that is missing being paid out to artists, and a ton of people are trying to figure out how to get artists paid, how to get them faster, how to unlock some of the locked up revenue.
Yeah. And then talk to me just a little bit about, your perspective on AI in general. I mean, obviously you're interested in the ethical AI stuff. Maybe just from a software engineering perspective of I don't know, maybe your tool set, maybe of things that you use, or, I don't know, some kind of interesting angle.
Yeah, there's a couple different directions we can talk about. So first of all, like my day job, I'm working on Windows Silicon team at Microsoft, and we're building next generation of devices, Copilot Plus PCs, which all have neural processing units, AI execution chips on the silicon, on the device itself.
Yeah.
What that really does is enables you to run AI features and workloads locally on the device.
Oh, okay.
Instead of having to do round trips to the cloud every single time, like when you hit a ChatGPT or whatever.
Okay,
like that,
got
right?
you.
And that gives you a couple different advantages. Number one is power and perf, right?
Yeah.
Instead of having to go off box, you're up on the box. Has a sustainability angle, which means I'm not hitting the ginormous data center that's sucking gigawatts of power and thousands of gallons of water just to do a query, right?
Yeah.
And there's also, a privacy and security angle, right? Which is your data is not leaving the device.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
So that's pretty interesting. Now, for me, also personally, I'm really enjoying playing with, Perplexity and ChatGPT and just finding out new ways and figuring out new ways how it can help me do my day-to-day or just stuff. It's like a lot of folks I've talked to said they don't even use Google or Bing anymore search. They just use ChatGPT or Copilot or Perplexity AI or stuff like that. So which is really interesting. It's AI kind of infused AI-backed searching.
Okay.
So
Yeah. And so how can this help? How can this kind of edge computing for AI or neural networks help creatives do things?
Oh, that's interesting. I think again, it's keeping it on the device. Creators, it's much more. It's a mobile world, right?
Yeah.
I mean, again, to BandLab, right? Someone said yesterday, oh yeah, those guys are they're the garage band for Android, right?
Yeah.
Most of their tools are totally made for a mobile device. Well, if you're on the go, you're a creator, you're on the go. You may not always be in a connected environment. right?
Mhm.
But you still want to be able to leverage some of the features that could be AI driven, right?
Yeah.
So then you can do it right on device when you're disconnected environment. You're on the airplane, for example.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and you don't want to pay for the Wi-Fi, or it's pretty kind of janky.
Yeah. Or I
Wi-Fi.
can produce a podcast.
You can produce a podcast
with a couple of devices.
That's right, exactly, right?
Yeah.
You know, you could do all your, your mixing and editing, especially if you're going to use a really common AI feature right now is what you would totally use on this is all the background noise removal, right?
Right.
You know,
Yeah. We
so-
can use that right now.
Right. So,
Yeah. Okay.
so you could be doing that in an offline disconnected scenario with the right models and the right tool savers on there.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Dan, for chatting with us today.
Yeah.
And,
Appreciate it.
you know, we're in the same backyard here in Seattle, or up in Seattle.
That's right.
And
Or it's a little bit
so,
colder.
if anybody's out there that ever want to hang out and do music tech, kind of shoot the breeze,
Would love to.
Dan and I will take you out to barbecue or tacos.
There you go. 100%. Thanks, Derek. I appreciate
Okay.
it.
All right. See you later,
Yeah.
Dan.
Take care.